So Planetside 2 is at a really exciting phase in development right now. We're just about to open the doors to bringing external people into the game for the first time. Since E3, we've been working a lot on getting all of our weapons finalized, getting our list of what kind of attachments and what sort of side-grade items we're going to have in the game, as well as finishing up some of our continents, getting playtest feedback from internal playtests so that our bases are all set up the right way. So we've been working a lot on what I would call refinement. We knew from the very beginning that we wanted to make Planetside 2 be a free-to-play game. It was never something that we spent a lot of time thinking, should we do it this way or should we do it the other way? Free-to-play works amazing for Planetside. Planetside is a game that, just by its nature, only works when there's lots of players that are in there playing the game at once. So being able to have the kind of enormous player base that we need, we're talking about 2,000 players per map in our game. So we need to have lots of players online at any given time to really give it that enormous war feeling. Free-to-play just works so well for that. And Planetside 2 is all about making sure that no matter what, if there's a gameplay item, you can earn it through gameplay. And no matter what, you're never really going to be able to get something that gives you a strong advantage where you're just stronger than everybody else, because we want to maintain a competitive landscape. Planetside 2 features 3 really unique factions, which we call empires. And each one of these empires has access to unique weapons and unique vehicles and really unique play styles. The one that has the best ground vehicles, for instance, is much more focused on doing ground vehicle type of assaults. But the other ones get to kind of make up for it by having access to more weapons or having access to faster air vehicles. Really, those themes come out of the original Planetside and the way that the factions kind of played out in that game. And we maintained a lot of those themes throughout Planetside 2 to make sure that people who played the original and loved the original game were able to jump into Planetside 2 and sort of understand where everybody was coming from and understand how to play each one of the factions. While maintaining a really good balance between the players on all 3 of the factions is super important to us. But one of the coolest things is, because we have 3 factions, if one team ends up having a decisive advantage over the others, usually they end up getting kind of ganged up on, or they end up having to fight a war on 2 fronts because if they own 2/3 of the continent, then they've kind of pushed the other ones where now they're having to fight against a full empire on 2 different sides, and it makes it a lot harder for them to be able to maintain that kind of dominance. So 3 empires really helps out with the idea of not necessarily always having to have strictly balanced teams to be able to have fun. One of the other things that we're doing is making sure that if you are in an empire that has a lower population, for instance, you're going to get things like a little bit of an experience bonus, a bonus to the amount of resources that you're earning. And also, when you create your character for the first time, the first choice that you make is what empire you want to play on. And then we sort the servers based on which server is in most need of the empire that you want to play. Of course, you'll always be able to scroll down and find the one that you want to play on because your friends are playing on that one. But for people who are coming in who might not have like a group of players they're already playing with, we're able to sort of do that to sort of make sure that our servers are getting filled up with the right empires for the server. So there's a huge amount, as you go through and continue playing, of new stuff that you're able to unlock without necessarily having this vast amount that you have to unlock at the very beginning before you feel like you're effective. It's as you kind of mushroom out, you get access to more and more content. One of the biggest things is, as players get more advanced and start unlocking more stuff, they're going to specialize a little bit more. They're going to say, hey, you know what, I want to be all about flying galaxies and doing logistics. So you're going to be able to spend dozens of hours, hundreds of hours even, per vehicle, unlocking all the things that are possible to do within that. Not only are you going to be able to make a galaxy into like a transport ship, but you can make it into a gunship, or you can make it into a forward deployment point. Each one of those different roles comes with lots of different certification that you can use to specialize even further within that role. When you see 5 galaxies flying over a base and all 5 of them dropping an entire, not an entire platoon, but an entire squad of troops down on the base at the exact same time, those sort of moments are amazing. You see that sort of stuff in movies. You don't see that in games. And being able to be part of something like that happening and not have it be some cinematic, it's actually players that are involved in the whole thing, it's pretty cool. We've been so appreciative of the kind of response and recognition we've gotten on the game so far. We knew we were going to have a really big show at E3. We knew that people were going to be impressed and surprised by the game that we're building, but we had no idea that we would walk away with the kind of awards that we had. I think at E3 we won 22 awards and had 40 nominations, something like that, which to us we were just blown away by. It was unbelievable. So everybody who's played the game so far has really gotten a chance to see that we are delivering on the promise of creating the massive shooter without compromising the FPS mechanics. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We're always on Twitter all the time, giving out behind-the-scenes info on the game. So you can follow at Planetside2. I'm on there as at mhigby. Our art director's on there at PSTRay. So you can actually get some like an asset before it's even been textured. We'll tweet it out there and ask people what they think about it. You know, that kind of level of interaction, which is pretty neat. And make sure you sign up for beta. We're going to be opening up beta in the really near future, so go to planetside2.com, sign up for beta, and hopefully we'll see you in there.